Hi everyone, it's me, Miss Branch, here with another art project. And what we're going to create, is a hot air balloon that is another three-dimensional art piece. Well, a low relief because it comes off our background. And we're going to get started by because I'm going to switch my cameras. All right. Let's see, switch camera. All right. So what you're going to need is your blue sheet of paper is going to be for your sky. The white piece of paper is going to be for to make your clouds, and if you're going to and your basket, and then the other color pieces of paper to make your hot air balloon. All right. So first things first, let me move some of this stuff out of the way because we don't need it right away. So I'm gonna move the sky and my cloud paper out of the way. And right now, with your other two pieces of paper, what you need to do first is fold them in half, hamburger. That's one. And then you can open it up and fold it in half, hot dog. Two. That's going to give you 4 rectangles. I'm going to do the same thing to your other color. Well, I did hot dog first this time. And now I'm doing hamburger. And so now I'm going to cut each of these lines so that I have all 8 rectangles separated in total. So I'm getting 4 for one sheet and 4 from the other sheet. All right. So now what we need to do is fold each of these in half. Hot dog. Each of them gets folded in half, hot dogs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, so we have our 8 rectangles that are folded in half. And so now I'm going to make the balloon shape. And what I'm going to do is, let's see, well, it's all glued together. I'm going to make a semicircle and more like a little rectangle at the bottom on one of them. And what I need to do is make sure that when I make my semicircle, it is at the folded end. And then this will become our pattern. And I'm going to just go ahead and use this brown marker just because it happened to be out. And what I'm going to do is come from the top, and I'm going to come around and make a semicircle. I'm not going to go all the way to the bottom, but I'm going to come out to the side and make a semicircle. And then I'm going to just draw a diagonal line from that semicircle to make the bottom part of the balloon. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut this one out. This one that I'm cutting out is going to become your stencil for making all the rest of your hot air balloon parts the same. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this next one, and I'm just going to start tracing each one of them. That way I can just cut them all out at one time. So, and it's okay if you go a little fast to get a little bit on it because it's going to get glued together. So that's 1. 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now, if you could think of a way to do a shortcut, like put a couple of sheets together and cut out a bunch at one time, you're welcome to do that. But I'm just making sure that everyone knows that each one of them are going to be the same. That's why I traced each one. Now I have to cut out all the rest, the remaining 7. And just keep going until you get all the way done. I'm going to move my scraps out of the way. And it's okay if you like cut out the line a little bit or come in just a little, because it'll all get glued together. And so it'll kind of like hide any imperfections that you do that you just might not like. So I'm going to move my scraps to my scrap pile. And now I'm going to make an alternating pattern by gluing them together. So I have my purple one. So I'm going to go ahead and get my glue. And if you're using just liquid glue, then the rule is not a lot, just a dot. A dab of glue will do. So now I have my red. So now I'm going back to my purple. I need to do red again. Now, you also want to make sure that you kind of keep them together in the back so that I can see that I'm moving mine over just a little bit. So I have to move them so that they are all even. And you want to keep them even. It just makes them flip better. See how they're already starting to flip? We could do it with 3, but it wouldn't look as cool as having all 8 of them done. So that's it. Red. Now I need to do purple again. And again, line it up to the back. There we go. Purple. And there we go. And finally, my last red. Line that up. There we go. So now it pops open much better and goes all the way around. So now what I got to do is I'm going to take my little white piece and I can make some clouds. So what I'm going to do is fold this in half. And you don't have to just make 2 clouds like I did. You can make as many clouds as you want. But I'm going to go ahead. Let's see. I'm going to cut this apart. And I'm going to fold. I'm going to fold one piece one more time. This is going to become my basket. So this piece I'm going to put off to the side. That's going to become the basket for my hot air balloon. And then you have all these pieces left. And you can make your clouds however you want to make them. But I tend to like to, let's say I'll make 2 big ones and then 2 smaller ones. So a few smaller ones. I like to make different size scallop lines so that the clouds aren't just too boring and looking like cartoons. So I like to make big, then little, and then some big and little. And it's okay however your clouds come out. And I have a little space here. So you know what? I can make another cloud. And again, you can make as many clouds as you feel free, as you would like to. I'm gonna make these a smaller clouds because I'm gonna fold this in half. And you can make them as big or as small as you like. Or maybe it's not even a cloud in the sky that day. There we go. And let's see. I think I got enough clouds. All right, so now let me get my blue piece of paper. And I'm going to put my clouds randomly anywhere on my paper. Oh, I gotta, there we go. All right, so let's see. And again, you are the artist, so you get to make those choices. You get to come up with what you need or where you want to place them. And so now I can go ahead and place my hot air balloon anywhere on my paper. I guess in the middle will be fine. All right, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and do one side and let that flip. And then I'm going to flip the other side. There we go. And now the part for my basket, I'm gonna move this out the way just a little bit. And I do need my brown marker. And I'll bring the camera in just a little bit. So what we need to do is cut the sides a little bit. We're gonna turn this rectangle by cutting diagonals. We're gonna turn it into a trapezoid. So now that the basket comes in a little bit. Although it doesn't have to, because a lot of baskets are probably just still rectangles. It just feels like what I should do to this, because I was thinking of a basket. But you can leave yours a rectangle. I'm just going to draw some vertical lines on it, and then some horizontal lines to make it have the basket weaving pattern. And so now I'm going to glue that. Let me lift my camera up again. Glue that at the bottom of my hot air balloon part. And I'm gonna put the top on my glue so it doesn't dry out. And then I'm just gonna use my marker to draw from the edges. And then I'm going to pretend like the back edges are back here and draw the lines up. And there we have a hot air balloon art project. And when eventually, I've seen, like all these videos of people in hot air balloons. So one day I will get to go up in one. Although I've seen, some ones where the weather gets a little bad and people are blown off course. So that just makes me a little hesitant. But this is something that I want to go out and do. Just like surfing in our other art project. I definitely want to go surfing. So anyway, I want you guys to enjoy, and I'm going to switch my camera. So I want you to think of some other adventurous stuff that you might want to do, and we will continue to do some other adventure art projects that things that we want to do in the future. All right, everyone, I will see you later in the next video.